morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the beginning of the week. Welcome to Bma's Crafty Corner. I am Bma, better known as Els. Excuse me. And we are working on an album journal. And steampunk is our theme. So this is an album journal. This one is actually from Heartfelt Creations. I do build these on my own, but I had this one and it worked for what I wanted. So what an album journal is it's a scrapbook album that we're going to turn into a journal. And we're going to do that by placing journal signatures in between these pages, which we call fins. So we went through and we've covered all of these, and we've put in some of the flips and things that also come from Heartfelt Creations. Oops, got a mess over here. Unfortunately, this company is out of business, but they make fantastic stuff. And so if you can get it, you can get it. Thank you, Miss Arlene. Love you, baby. So we went ahead and decorated. We did just some basic decorations. I haven't finished this stuff yet. We've got like some journaling cards in these pockets. And we've got a nice big journaling card here that comes out. And then flip this over. We've got some more paper. There's plenty. I mean, you can write on this if you want to. It's not, you know. And then we have a big pocket over here with a journaling card. Again, plenty of space. You can write little notes in here. Big, beautiful journaling card. I didn't back these journaling cards. I don't know. I might, but I haven't backed them at this point because I figure you can write on this. It's just craft paper. And then on this side, there's a flip, and we have some staggered tags. And then over here, another big journaling card, and we put a little pull on the top of it. It just adds some interest to it when you're looking at the top. Writing space here again. I don't know. I might put a pocket here. I might do another flip. I'm not entirely sure. And then over here, we have just pretty much a basic page that I might put some more. I might put a pocket here or something. And then over here, we have another flip. This is also from Heartfelt Creations. And it is one of their pieces that you can fold multiple times. I don't think I have the package for it to show you, but oh, yes, I do. I lied. So it's one of these, and this one is the 5.5 by 18, and I just folded it in a different way so that I could make a pocket, which needs a journaling card, a pocket, which needs a journaling card, and then we have a pocket over here, and we used one of the tags that came from the other set. And we gusseted this so this would sit in the pocket, and then it flips out. So kind of, you know, it's different. But we used one of the tags from in here to make that one. Okay, so that is an album journal, and we are working on it. As always, I do one section off camera. I have completed that. So we're going to go ahead and put that up there. We're going to go ahead and get started on what we're working on currently, which is the A section. And I've been making ephemera for this on and off, trying to keep up with the volume of ephemera that is required for a journal this size. All right, we have lots of paper and stuff, and a lot more. There's a lot more bits and pieces that I can cut if I want, fussy cut, to put in here wherever I may want them to be. So I still have a lot of these things to do. I think these little mini journaling cards, I'm probably going to make them larger and reprint them. And anything else interesting? Nothing really. Just paper. Just paper. Yep, lots of paper. Okay. All righty. So this is kind of all of our bits and pieces of ephemera. This is our single pieces that we're using. And I'm going to just kind of open this over here on the side. which will be in my way, but you know, let me put it over here. And I have, all right, I'm gonna make this plea one more time. So I went on Temu and I bought this. I did not know that it was, I think that this is somebody's creation. Okay, but I have not been able to find it. So if you know who this belongs to, please let me know so that I can actually buy the set from them. I mean, it's beautiful paper. It's a beautiful piece as far as the artwork and everything, but I have not been able to find the person who, you know, originally came up with the artwork. I bought some pockets and pieces and things like that, and I've got plenty of, you know, little bits. That's an envelope, and I'm thinking I might want to do something with it in here, you know? I don't know. So let's take a look at what we've got so far. So far we have a nice big, this is our first page in our journals. We have a nice big pocket with a huge journaling card in here. Flip it over, we've got a big tag and a pocket here. And then just a writing page basically. And of course, you know, once you take this out, you've got plenty of writing space there. When you take this out, you still have writing space here, but you have all of that writing space. And then you have writing space here, and we have this little piece that's just a flip. So you flip it up, you get writing space here and writing space here. And then flip the page. We've got a little piece up here with a tuck and another journaling card. Just another writing page here. More writing page here, here. This is one of our long tabs. We added that just for decor. And then more writing space. We've got a little teeny tag down here in a little pocket where you could certainly put something else if you wanted to. Then over here we have a nice stacked pocket with some little journaling cards in it. Writing space, another pocket with another little journaling card down here. Then we have a writing page. This is a paper clip, so it will come off and you can move it anywhere you want. And then we have another pocket with a tag and a journaling card. And this is kind of where we're at. We're almost to the middle of the first signature and 2 signatures to go. Hello, Miss Marie. So, yes, I know I was early this morning. It's just a thing. Sometimes I get done faster, you know? And I want to get to this. And I want to be with you guys. Otherwise, I sit here by myself till noon. Because that's when Hubbard comes to do, you know, start working. So until then, you know, I'm kind of on my own. And when left to my own means, I can be dangerous. So, let's get out a pair of fussy cutting scissors. Because we're going to fussy cut this thing out because I like it. Of course, nothing's going to be straight because I can't fussy cut a straight line or a curved line to save my behind. Now, that being said, I'm going to, I have a bunch of cartridge dies in various sizes. Let me grab one so everybody knows what I'm talking about. These are Steffi G's favorites. So they're these big ones like this. Not this one. This one is mine. I paid for this one at a creative reuse. But they're the big cartridge dies that run in the big red machine. But you can run these through your regular Sizzix Big Shot. Okay? So I use this one for when I sell like laces and trims. Because it's spools, so I cut the spools. So you can run this either through the big red if you have the big red, or you can run it through your regular Sizzix, and it's compatible with just about every die cutting machine. But they are bigger. The one nice thing about them is usually on the end here, this one doesn't say it, but usually on the end, it says what it is. So you can store these kind of standing up on a shelf and be able to just pick the one that you want. But I have Um, I have about, I don't know, maybe 800 or 900 of them. I also have the ones that are thinner, the smaller ones, because they come in colors. They're red and black are the big ones. And then there's a green, which is like a half size one, and a red one, which is, it's yellow. And they're about a quarter of the size. And I have all of those. And then I have the ones that are the thinlets, which are the ones that are more like this. I have a bunch of those as well. And let's see, what else? What else do we have? An abundance of. I also have some of the blue ones that are the large ones. They also fit through the Sizzix machine. I don't know that they fit in the big red though, but I know that they do work in the Sizzix machine. Hey, Steffi G. So I have a bunch of them and I'm putting them together right now. I'm probably going to do a pop-up sale for them. And the most expensive one's going to be $3 and the cheapest one's going to be $1. So, and $3 for the big ones, $2 for the medium-sized ones, $1 for the little ones, and for the thinlets, I don't know, like $2 a set, because those usually come in sets. So I've not worked out all the pricing yet, but I'll get to it. If it was in the last 2 days, no. Let me check. It arrived. You lost 27 pounds. Yes, I know Thursday was your birthday. And you got some new stuff. Awesome. Is that the one? Hi, Hubbard. Ooh. No. There's 2 packs out there. I got you. I got you, baby. All right. So we are using scorched timber on this, if anybody's keeping track, because it's not quite black. It's kind of a dark gray. So I think it kind of, has that look to it, that industrial dirty look. So that's what we're working. So we've got we have pages to do, lots of pages to do. So I will do that sale. I'm just going to get it together. And I'm probably going to end up doing it like in 2 or 3 parts where I'll just, because I have, if you know what a U-Haul box is, like U-Haul has like the garment box, and then they have a large box, and then they have a medium-sized box, and then they have a small little box. I have the medium size, probably 15 boxes of them. Okay. So I'm probably going to do 5 or 6 boxes at a time. And I want to go through them because a lot of those come in sets, which is to say that like there'll be like a little boy, and then there's clothes, like pieces that you can cut for clothing for them. So I want to make sure that I get those put together, and I don't want to sell them separately. So I'm going to go through and make sure that I get all the sets put together. Yeah, I was just saying, just before you came in, I was like, those are Steffi G's favorites. She loves it. And to be honest with you, they're one of my favorites. One, because I have a big red machine. And when you're doing this for hours, it is so stressing on the arm. Whereas with the big red, you just go blonk, 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 and it's done. And if you're using the small dies, it's like, boom, done. And as an older lady, with somebody who has carpal tunnel, I love my big red machine. I really do, with the cartridge dies. Fantastic. I know you do. That reminds me, I have something for you. I can't remember what the hell it is, but I got it around here someplace. It's got your name on it, and I'm gonna get it to you on the next one. I swear. I just completely keep forgetting to put it in your package, but I will. You know what? I'm gonna make myself a note. Find the Steffi G thing stupid. Okay. See, I have to write myself notes. And yes, I do call myself names when I can't remember shit. Oh, I can't remember anything half the time. All right, so we've got this. We want to put, it says antique maps. So I want to put a map on it. Like, you know, damn, I put that down first. All right, well, I guess we're going to do this then. I don't know. I'd have to find it to figure that out. But I have something. I know I do because I keep seeing it and I keep spacing it off. Like I see it just before I have a sale, or, you know, because I'm gathering stuff together. So it's probably in my craft room. Well, what I now call my craft closet, because I don't have a room anymore. I'm out here. But I keep seeing it. So it's probably in there because I see it right around sale time, and that's where I prep my sales. So it's probably in there. And I keep seeing it. And for the life of me right now, I'm drawing a blank on what it is. We're blaming this on menopause brain. But I know I have something for you. Patty! So you got the Happy Mail. See, it was something else. It wasn't the Happy Mail. I don't know. Weirdness. I just, you know, weirdness. What can I say? I got half a brain cell and I'm dangerous. All right, this needs something here, and I think we're going to do a tab thing. So let me grab a tab out of here. Let's find one. I just did a big tab, so I don't want to do a big one. But, you know, I'm going to do a nice size one. We could do this one, but we'd have to do it down here. See, I need something for up there. So I can't put a tab. It's got to be something here. Let's do a tuck. We'll do a tucky. Tucky. Don't get excited. I didn't say Bucky. All right, so we're going to put this up here. I'm going to make sure I don't glue that down to the page behind it. There we go. And then we're going to need a card. I'm going to tuck a card in here. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, you know what? Since this says antique maps, and that says the sky is the limit, let's put this car one in there. It's just thin. This is just regular 65-pound cardstock. It's not very heavy at all, but it'll work. I may want to thicken it later. Right now, though, I like the thinness of it. Okay, we're moving on. Next page. This is the center page. So in every signature, there's a center page, and we like to dress those a little bit more. Still didn't find your dies. Got rid of 3 bags of garbage, though. All things I did. I saved to make journals. I kept 20 of them and threw the other 100 macaroni cereal boxes. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I know the feeling. I do it too. there is crap out in the garage in my work area. Like every 6 months, I tear the warehouse apart. I pull out stuff that I'm not putting back in sale, for sale. I give you guys one last shot on it in the countdown sale, and then it goes bye-bye. But I was laughing my butt off because I was out there the other day and I was looking for something, and just like this whole stack of pieces of chipboard that were like this wide, or like 5x7, 3x5, just small pieces. And they all just fell out. And there's like a whole box of them. And I was like, why am I keeping these? I generally don't make small journals. I don't do little pocket-sized journals. I do with the corset binding. Of course, I do those, and those are usually smaller. But good Lord, why do I have so many of these? Like, I get saving a few pieces, that are like 1.5 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches wide for spines. But then I took one and I put it on my measuring board out there because I have a work cart that has a measuring tape across the front of it, like a yardstick, so that I could see how long it was. And it was only like 6.5 inches long. And I'm like, that wouldn't even be a spine because I don't make anything that's less than 8 inches tall. I have no idea why I save the things I save. Really, no idea. This is a perfect example. Normally, I save these things so I can make tags and stuff. But this one says vintage cottage. It's got the houses on it, which is kind of cool. But I don't know why I would save this because it's got very small pieces at the top. I can't fussy cut the crap out of this. So what am I going to do with it? Glue it onto something else? No. I don't know why I'm saving it. I have no idea why I'm saving this. I have the houses, but it's been sitting on my desk for like 2 months now, and I've been pushing it around. I'm throwing it in the trash. There we go. Now watch. Later today, I'll go, oh, man, and then I'll go in the trash, and it'll be destroyed. Okay, so this is our center. What are we doing? I have no idea. But it's got to be something spectacular. Or at least just, that encompasses the whole page. That's the thing. See, with these, we can kind of do individual pages. But with this one, because it is the center and it's the center, I always like this to be a focal point of the chapter, of the signature. So we have to figure out what we're doing here. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to make something spectacular. Why? Because we can. Why? Because I'm an adult who gets to, glue paper. I get to cut things up in glue paper. Let's see. We have a few of these and we have not used them anywhere in this book. So maybe now's the time. Let's pull some of these out and see. Maybe we'll put them on here. I think that's all of them, but you never know. Oh my God. I just dumped an entire bag of tiny gears. I worry about myself sometimes. Stickers. And all right, yes, that is all of it. All of them. Now put everything else back in there. Okay, so I have 3 of these, which could be interesting. Just as you know. just on the side of the page. Then what? I don't know. Let's see. We could do this and make a giant tag on this side. Now this is part of the kit from My Porch Prints, which again I found on Temu and then went and bought from My Porch Prints. So we could do this and put a big giant tag in here. Don't know. I'd have to cover this though, because I don't want, I can't stand when you do stuff that's steampunk and they label it. You know, like if you know any, this is, we all know this is industrial grunge. Okay. We don't need to put steampunk on it. But I don't know. Like, I like the light bulbs because, you know, they're that industrial. We'd have to do a big tag because this thing is, it's 5.5 inches tall. So it'd have to be at least a 6-inch tag by 3 1/4. 6 by 3 1/4. At least. 6 by 3 1/4 would have to be the tag. So let's do it. Let's just commit. We don't like it. What do I always say? Just throw more crap at it, right? Okay, here we go. I hate this glue bottle right now. But I'm not going to get the other one out because I got to glue these things down. All right, so we're going to put this on. Hopefully straight. That's usually good. I did not ink this like an idiot. That's okay. We will use our cheat. Okay, we've got the ink. Now we're going to glue these little suckers down, which is why I need this bottle of glue, because these have a lot of little fussy spots. This little bottle tends to glue them better. Okay, here we go. There. And then we'll do this one. I'm going to turn this one this way. Just different. Just different. Visual interest is the key here. I'm probably the only person who finds it digitally interesting, but you know what the hell. Okay, got that down. Let's see, we pan back in the glue bottle without poking our finger. Already checked my sugar this morning. Okay. All right, so let's do this tag. We need to make a tag, and the tag needs to be 6 by 3 1/4. So I'm gonna get this out of the way for the moment. Oh, you know what? Let me see something. I may have. I do. I have these big black ones, but it's 3 3/4, which means I need to take 1/4 of an inch off each side. Let's see how this works. All right. I'm going to see if this fits. Oh, just a scant bit more on each side. Perfect. Okay. Now it needs to be 6 inches tall, or 6 1/2, something like that. Just stick out. So let's get rid of these. Let's just tear the whole thing up while we're at it. Here we go. Okay, get in there. Go over here. All right. And it is 8 3/4, and we want it to be 6 1/2. So let's take 1 3/4 off. Now we are going to re-round the edges. I know I said I didn't want to do that, but to get this to fit in nicely. All right, let's bring the book back. Down, this up. Let's see. Does she fit? Oh, beautiful. Although I think I'm going to take another 1/2 inch off the bottom, because I really kind of want it to sit like there. So let's take another 1/2 inch off the bottom. Let's try this again. A little bit more. A little bit more. Look. I want it to have a certain look. Right there. Okay. Hey, you came out of there. I know you fit in there. This is, these tags are from Seven Gypsies. So it's that real buttery feeling paper. Hi, Christine. Okay. All right, so now we have a big tag. Let's get this out of the way because now we're going to decorate this. What are we going to do? I don't know, but we're going to do it. What do we got? We've got gears and stuff, so let's see. Yeah, okay, we'll do this. Need the wider one. Why? Because it's wider tape. Okay, could we just, I don't know, go straight? Okay, here we go. We're going to go like that. We'll trim everything off in a minute. Let's ink this. I probably could have done a better job fussy cutting this one, but not a lot of things. Do that. Put it right there. Okay. I'm not going to add any volume. I could add volume, but I'm not going to add any volume to the tag because I want it to sit in there. Now, this just worked a second ago. Oh. Come on. Work for me, glue. Glue is the bane of my existence. See that? It worked and then it doesn't. I have a whole theory on this, you know. And it's a scientific theory. I think that when we take the pin and we do this to clear it, I think we actually push air in there, which causes a layer to harden and solidify here on the outside. And then when we try to put it through, little pieces of that break off and get caught in there. It's my theory. I'm working with it. Leave me alone. I'm sticking to it. Okay. Now I need a person. Mechanical wanderer, it says. So now I need a person. And I want that person to be colorful. He's interesting. We have him on there, sitting on there. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see. That one. I like the sitting guy better. Not all of these are steampunk. Some of them are just normal people. Oh, that's the one. Sometimes you just find it. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, there it is. That's the one. Let's get it inked up. All right, let's see. Give me a second. I'm doing it. Done. Okay. All right, now we're going to put this guy right there. Grab my icky stickies. Cut that off. Cut that off. Now, I do need to put a back on this because, and that's why I didn't want to go too heavy with it, because you can't write on this unless you have a white pen. And, you know. So we do need to put a backing on it. Go 3, and then take that little piece off. One, because this is all rounded, I'm going to round this too. Light amount of inking. Okay. Glue. We're going to hope it's going to work. There we go. Okay. Put this on here. Perfect. I'm going to put the pin back in the glue. Bring the book back over. Perfection. Yeah, like Mother Nature has like, hold my beer, you know. They're threatening snow in Vegas. We get it like every 15 to 20 years, but they're threatening snow in Vegas. And it's from the mountain, and they're like, it's going to be down to a certain height. And I'm like, I'm in that zone. Michelle's been sick for like the last 5 days now. And she says it has been torrential downpour. Then they get blue skies, winds like you wouldn't believe. And a half an hour later, torrential downpour. Then it stops. And she keeps going outside because with the wind, it's blowing all the leaves off the trees and stuff, which is clogging up the drainage in her yard. And her house is built kind of on the side of a hill. So there's the cemetery and this little little street that she lives on. It's got like 4 or 5 houses on it. And the entrance that goes into the old cemetery. This is a historic, like late 1700s, early 1800s cemetery. The only people that really ever go in there are people walking their dogs, kids cutting through to go to school, and urban explorers who want to go and check, history explorers. That's about all that ever goes in there. And then it's like a little down, and that's where her one of her outbuildings is. It's like a big workshop, and she has a long garage, long driveway, and then it's down, and that's where her house is on this one little tier. And then directly behind her house is a drop off to the rest of her land. And she's a nice big yard. Like, she owns that whole corner. She owns the whole damn thing. She inherited the house from, I think, her grandfather or her uncle or something. But she inherited the house, and it had a big piece of land. And I think she inherited it from the guy who built it, or the son of the guy who built it. But because of the way that it sits, she's got a basement and everything else. But because she sits on the second slope, all of the trees and everything, when they drop their leaves, they kind of cluster right in her front door area. So she goes out there, and she has to get rid of all the leaves. So she goes out with her broom, and she pushes them so that they hit the drains to go off the property. Otherwise, she ends up with a lake in her front yard. And so she's been out there doing this because her husband's been working when all of this is going on. And I'm like, you need to stay in the house. Your son is there. Make him do it. He does not work. He is disabled-ish. Make him go out there and push the damn leaves away from the drains. Don't go out there. So she's been like, it's been pouring rain, wind, blow the leaves, more pouring rain. She goes out and clears it. More wind, fills right back up, more pouring rain. I'm like, oh my God, woman, you're sick. Stop doing this. Oh, but yeah. And it's just crazy everywhere. It's just crazy everywhere. The other day, like October, we were still wearing shorts. November, I went to capris. December, January, pretty much didn't even need a coat. February, when we're starting to warm up again, all of a sudden, it is freezing outside. We've got frigid rain. We've got snow threats. I'm like, what the hell? Because next month it should be in the 80s. March, like the middle of March, like the third week of March, that's our spring. We get like 3 days in the 80s before it goes to, what the hell am I thinking living here? Horror movie woods, yeah. Mike went out last night. Night before last, the winds were bad. Last night they were bad. Mike went out and took down all the wind chimes. He took down the wind chimes, the bird feeders, because they were all, they're banging on stuff all night. He's like, I couldn't sleep. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I had to laugh at this poor buck. We're going to do this. I'm bending it now. Here we go. I need a thing. Pokey tool. See, these things are so useful. I sent out that last one that I had an issue with getting it mailed. I got it mailed out, and I'm just checking now. Once I know she has it, then I will schedule for the quarterly projects and get that. We'll get the pokey tools done. Yeah, because everybody who got the quarterly project on pokey tools. We do pokey tools. All right, I'm going to put this little sucker on here. We're going to put it right here. right here. I'm just going to do it here. This means I'm going to have to do something on the other side of the page, but I'm okay with that. So this is a little metal tab, and it has a little number on it. It's so cute. Look at that. Doo-doo-doo. Isn't it cute? All right, so we have that on there. Lots of writing space, but we need more. This is obviously going to have, a thing, but we need more. We need more. More. Need something. I don't know what it is. We're thinking about it. If anybody has any thoughts, let me know, because I don't think much. You know what I mean? I'm not the thinkiest kind of person. Hey, Gypsy, what's up, girly? We could. No. Nope, nope, nope. Could we? We could. I could cut some of these out. We still have to get rid of this. Because I don't like it. No. We could put a person there. Let's see about a person. We'll put a person there. Let me just find a person here. Okay, I'm just going to put a person there. I'm just going to stick a person. A person, any person, this person. Just very shapely legs. Oh my God. Let me see here. Actually, your stuff is now going to a completely different person. That's my bad. But I'll fix it. I will fix it. So, Marie, you're sending to a completely different person, because you asked for Jersey's address, and there's 2 Jerseys. That's why we called Jersey Gypsy. Sorry. So that was my bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out one to Gypsy. And you're sending one to Jersey. She has no idea, but you're sending it to her. Because she wasn't even participating in the washi swap, but now she's going to be getting some washi tape. So I'll let her know. But I'll fix it. I will fix this. What? Don't ask me. No. Oh, okay. It needs something. I don't know what it needs. Let's try some word chips. We like word chips. The other one is Jersey Laura, Laura Beth. She's been Jersey for a longer than you've been in the group. But she's not like in our group. She's got her own group, but she's a good friend of mine. And so yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll do this. I will fix it. Okay. Here we go. And I will get that out today. My bad. All right, so these are the word chips we made last week in the craft with me. And usually I cut them all up, but then I decided, that the easier way to do this is to store them just in the whole sheet like this, because this doesn't get this messy, So last week when we did the craft with me, we made a bunch of these, and if you would like to see how they're made, you can either go back and watch last week's craft with me, or you can look for the video word chips. There's a word chips video. There's a whole video of these, but definitely easier to store them, this way in sheets than it is other ways. Hey, I have this. Keep that. That's cool. Okay. Let's just put this puppy down here. This is a part of packaging that I kept from something. And it just says vintage, but I like it. It's cool. It's different. Let's glue this sucker in. All right, I gotta make myself a note here. Ah, lovely. The sand gypsy washi. Okay. Oh, you know what? And Marie. Because you screwed up, Dum Dum. Okay. Honey, all the insurance companies suck. I was watching one the other day. There's a guy. He's a patient advocate. And he deals with, harassing the insurance companies for them. And they had a guy who apparently needed to have his leg amputated because he had gangrene. And so they had to take off his leg below the knee. And the insurance company denied this. Now, they've already been through everything with the infection. They've given him antibiotics. They have given him, antibiotic treatments. They've done IV antibiotics in broad spectrum. They have done high oxygen environments in a hyperbaric chamber, like all the therapies. Okay. And they even they tried a wound pump on it, which if you don't know is a machine that goes on there and it sucks the white blood cells to the top so that it forms new skin and gets rid of the infection, pulls the infection out. And so they tried all of that and they were still denying it. And finally the advocate was like, okay, so I've got an orthopedic surgeon and a general surgeon and a guy who specializes in infectious diseases, all telling me this leg has to come off. And you're telling me that you want us to try some alternative therapies. And that we have to wait 7 to 10 business days for a decision. Well, that's the way it works. Yeah. And he goes, and your specialty is, and the guy was a podiatrist. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're a podiatrist. Who are you to tell a surgeon that a limb does not need to come off, Okay. So let's take a look at this one real quick because we did this one on Sunday. This is, oh crap, I was supposed to do that today and I forgot, but I'll get it done. Your substrate for the fourth challenge of the Projects 26 challenge is to use a playing card. And I'll do this tomorrow, I swear. And then you're supposed to use some kind of finger paint on it. That could be anything you want, but you have to use your fingers for something to finger paint on the playing card. That is our challenge, number 4. That's the 4th challenge for our Projects of 26 challenge. Remember, you can start or stop these anytime that you want. You can skip whatever you want. You don't have to do every one of them. And you're not challenging anybody else in the group. This is for you to challenge yourself to go outside of your comfort zone. All right, let's see. I feel like I want to do a belly band or, well, a pocket over here because I need to cover this up so I could, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. Let's find something. What are we going to put here? I don't know. That came off of something else and just stuck on there, but it's kind of cool. I like it. All right, we're just putting it right there. We just want to cover this little metal piece, okay? So we're going to put this right there. Kind of there, I think. We're going to incorporate that little piece that came off with it. So let's get some glue on here. All right, so we need to cover that there. Put this in. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Get that all in there. Get that down. Get that down. This little piece is sticking over, and we don't want that, so we're going to snip that out and get my icky stickies because it's an icky sticky. Let me turn it around. Go. Tear the whole book apart. That's why we don't glue in the pages, why we don't stitch in the pages before we finish decorating, because sometimes we have to, move things around. All right, let's pull this open, and voila, there it is. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. There, okay. Put this back in. All right, there we go. So now we're just going to leave this page for writing. We can move on to this page. Again, this is just going to be a writing page, so what are we going to do with it? I don't know. Let's put, I want to do another tab, so let's do this one because it's pretty and I like it. Let's do it down here. Right there. But I think I'm going to do a little washi tape and then put that on. I have a torn spot at the bottom, but I don't care in this journal because it's industrial grunge. Okay, this and this. Let's get some glue on that. I don't know about y'all, but my washi tape does not stick to anything except washi tape and my fingers without putting glue on it, So now I'm going to get this part off. Okay, and then this part up here. Okay, and then we're going to put this on. And this has metal on it. This is a metal piece. I've got a piece of our metal that we chose right there. We are putting some metal in here. But I'm not going crazy with it, Ooh, I guess I should put a little bit more glue than that. Okay. Now we have to see what that looks like because we never know. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's really poking out. Let's move that in a little more. Okay. There. Gotta do this quick. Look at our poking out. Nope, it's fine. Okay. Okay. See? Yet another reason why we don't want to stitch things in, because if that did not work and we couldn't get this off, we need to take the whole page out. So. Okay, so we have that. We have some washi tape. I like it. Needs a little something else. What does it need? I don't know. I don't know. Thinking, stinking thinking. I always, what can I say? Let's see. Oh, crap. We have one more light bulb. We'll save it and put it someplace else so that they're not all in one place in the whole book. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. That'll work. Okay. Good. B2, 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 B2. Can we get back to the same page that we're supposed to be working on? Okay, here we go. They're not going to pay for it. Go in there for 9 years. Okay. If you can get, and this doesn't work all the time, but it works sometimes. If you can get the doctor and a couple of other people that know the situation to write compassionate plea letters, you can sometimes get the insurance to cover it. The problem is with a situation like that, if they no longer cover that facility, like if it's no longer in their network, then they're not going to cover it. There's just nothing can be done. But if you can get compassionate plea letters from the doctors, people that know him, people that work with him, as far as like any counselors or nurses or anything like that, you might be able to get them to reverse that decision. All right, so I'm thinking we could put this on here because it looks like train tracks, right? But I don't want it in this color. So I'm going to get the die out. Where's the die? Where did I put the die? Hey, dum what'd you do with the die? Found it. Okay, so we have the die. Hey, gorgeous. And I want tea stained paper. And I have this torn piece, so we'll use it. We're going to use this. Let's get this out of the way because we don't want to put the machine on it.
Mommy, I got to get my pills today.
Yes, sir. Let's tell the person who has no memory to remind you to do something. I got it.
In approximately 9 hours, 10 hours from now.
Yeah, 9 to 10 hours from now. So you really don't want to know, right?
I'd like to remember.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try really hard. Not going to happen, but I'll try. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. I have preterm dementia, which means I don't remember things. It's not like full-blown dementia. It's just stupid, doesn't remember stuff. And he's going to try and get me to remind him. He's bending. Okay. All right, so we got that. Get rid of that. Put this in here. Put this down on its little stand here. It's not a stand, it's a steppy stool. It's my steppy stool. Now I'm going to get all these little pieces out with my pokey tool. Oh, I love my pokey tool. Ta-da! Here it is. Okay. I'm going to set that on the die machine so I remember to put it away. All right. All my chads. Now I got my piece. It's funky looking. Yeah. All right, now we're going to glue this puppy in. If the glue wants to participate. Nope, you get one spot of glue. That's all you get, lady. There we go. Sometimes you don't use washi tape. You can use, other things that you can cut to make washi tape. All right. I still think it needs something else. We could do this as a tuck. Nope, don't like that idea. All right, we're going to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Again.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to put this right there. I like it. Okay, we're moving. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on out to the next page. Patty Ann said, bless you.
Thank you, Patty Ann.
What do you mean he does not know what he's talking about? Of course he knows what he's talking about. And his name is Jeff. Oh my God. You want to make America great again? Bring those jobs back to the U.S. There are people, young people, starting out that would love to get those jobs. All right, so we do have this, which I do want to use in here somewhere. I just don't know where. But we did that. Okay, now we just glued that down, so we don't have anything there. So we get this. I have this big, beautiful tag. It's got a piece of washi tape stuck to the back of it. That I would like to use in here as well. Let's do a little pocket here, shall we? We've got some stability back here. Let's do a little pocket, and then we can put in some small stuff. I don't know what we're going to put in here, but we're going to put some crap in here. I imagine, I'm kind of a little pissed off about this one. So I used to have this really nice collection of Tim Holtz people. You know the ones I'm talking about. Well, amazingly, they all disappeared right around the same time somebody else moved out. I've been through everything 4 times. I've reorganized every filing cabinet that I keep stuff in, going through each piece, one piece at a time. They're not here. So, but those would have been helpful here, for one thing. 2, I'm looking to see if I have any like really small Flahumi Coobies to put in here. I don't. All right, so I'm gonna have to make some really small ones. I don't really like doing that, but yeah. So all of my Tim Holtz people disappeared. Isn't that kind of ridiculous? No, that's not gonna fit. Okay. All right, so I need to make something small to go in here. Let me think. What? Let me grab something. I have an idea in my head. Hi, puppy dog. Oh. Yeah, my need in this morning. Flowers. Now, we'll back these, but yeah, so if you're wondering why I'm not sending them out anymore, because I used to send them out in Happy Mails. I'd always put like 4 or 5 in each Happy Mail, and I have not sent them out in the last 2 or 3 Happy Mails. It's because they have disappeared. Yeah, they apparently no longer exist in my stash. I dropped a couple of pieces here. Here's that one. There's the butterfly. I saw a butterfly fall. Ah, there it is. Okay. Got it. How you doing? Nice to see you. No, don't go under the mat. Oh. Okay, got it. No, it's the Tim Holtz people. They're all missing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought maybe they had fallen behind one of the drawers in the filing cabinets where I keep them. So I went in the filing cabinet and I took them all out. I took all the drawers out and reorganized all the drawers. Me and Michelle did. She was we were on a Facebook call. And we went through everything twice. Yeah, they have disappeared, never to be seen again. I even thought maybe I put them in my, my actual Happy Mail stash where I put stuff that I always put. Nope, they're not in there. I went through all the cubbies. Not in any of the cubbies. I moved the table. They're not behind there. They didn't fall. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? It's not amazing. It's not amazing at all. It is an audacious overinflated sense of entitlement. Speaking of, apparently nobody's heard from her for about 6 months. If you've heard from her or you know that she's okay, just let me know that she's okay. That's all I really care about. I don't need to know where she is or what she's doing. I just need to know that she's alive. You know? Now, I know she used to go to Rosemary's all the time, but I hear that she doesn't do that anymore. And there would be no reason for that because I don't go to Rosemary's either. Very rarely. Matter of fact, I was in there the other, like last week or week before, for the first time in probably 3 years. Mostly because I just try to avoid bullies. There's bullies in there. All right, so this has rounded edges, so we're going to round those back out. This one has very sharp folded edges, so we're going to leave it just the way it is. I am going to ink both of these, and then we're going to put them in that little pocket. Probably the last group went to you, yeah. Actually, I think there might be like 1 or 2 more Happy Mails over there because I do like 10 at a time and I only send out like 8. So I kind of try and mix them up a little bit. But yeah. All right. So we have those in there. There, that'll answer your question. Okay. So now we have this one. It just needs a top piece, top piece, top piece. Let's do a top piece. Do we have a top piece? Get in there. Okay, we need a top piece for this. Oh, that one's pretty. No. Nope. I'm going to use that one. Okay. Use that one. No. Nope. Nope. Let's see what we got. Nope. Needs. That one. Let's go ahead and get that. Okay. All right, let's see. What have we got done today? All right, so we did this one. I like it. I may decide to thicken this card up a little bit. We'll take find out. We made our tag to go in here. I like that. This is our center spread. I did find another bulb, but since I'd already glued these on, there's really no way to fit it in. So we'll put it in another signature someplace. Then we have this one, which is just beautiful writing paper. More writing paper. Nice big tab, one of our big tabs. And then on this side, we've got a little pocket, some writing space, lots of writing space. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages left. We'll probably get those done tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But we are working our way through signature A. I'm going to have to go to the top of our steampunk journal. Now we do have actual metal gears that we're using throughout, here and there kind of thing. So, we'll put them in as we can and as they are appropriate. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. That there. That goes there. Let's close this up before we hit it with our elbow again and knock it backside of our tea kettle. That there. So that's out of my way. All of our pockets. I think tomorrow we're going to work on a flip. Yes. Make a flippy. All right, let me put this in here. I have to, because I don't remember things, guys. I don't. All right, let's see. Make a flippy thing. All right, I'm going to put that in there so we remember that we want to do a flippy thing in this section. Okay. All right, so let's see what's going on in the world, shall we? Well, in our little world. All right. We are working our way in. We're on right here, which is today's video was cascading tags over, I don't know, maybe it was yesterday's video, but anyway. So it's just tags, and I don't think I have an example to show you because I think I've already done something with it. Tomorrow we're gonna have a craft with me. I don't know what we're doing. We may be just making more ephemera for this journal because we'll be here forever. And then we have Friday Night Nuts where I'm going to see if I can get a co-host this week. We're working on it. And then, of course, Mixed Media on Saturday. Sunday is the game. And that brings us into the launch of season 2 of Bridgerton. The second half. Season 4, section 2, part 2. I don't know. But that's on the 26th. That's next Wednesday. I'm going to move the Pick a Journal deadline because this journal, I thought I'd be done with it by now, and it's not, it's not happening. So let's move that into March. So I'm thinking 2, 3, putting it together. We're going to move it out to the Saturday, the 21st. Yeah. because I should be done with this journal by then, or right real close to it. And so if I have the stuff, we can get started. Now I do have a couple of videos coming out for y'all that were kind of a request. And don't forget, if you want me to do something, you can send me an idea, or you can send me a video that you've seen. Maybe it's got just a music layover and they're just like, you know, if that's the deal. Maybe it's in metric and you would like to see it in standard, anything like that. You know, you can send me the video and I will watch it. If I make the project, I will send you the project when it's completed. But I did have a lot of requests to make the alcohol inks. And so we did, I did a video, but I did it using dried out alcohol ink markers, you know, the inexpensive ones, because I wanted to see, you know, how that would work. And it works beautifully, to be honest. It works beautifully. But I have a whole video of that. Hey, you came out of that spot. I know you fit in it. Okay. Project 4 of our Projects of 26 challenge is playing cards and finger paint. So you have to use a playing card. If you don't have a regular playing card, they are 3.5 by 2.5 inches, the same size as an ATC. But you, of course, can use any size card you have. If you have a round playing card, you can use that. If you have whatever you have, use it. Okay. The idea is just to use that shape. And, you know, do your thing. Do your thing. Okay. What else? I think that's everything. So I'm going to push that deadline back to March 21st. So that you know, we have that. Now I do have back here someplace. Here it is. I do have a whole lot of stuff that we have for you know, ideas. We have done the washi swap. Our next one's going to be a tag swap, a tag base swap. So whatever kind of tags you want to cut. So if you want to cut them by hand, you can do that. If you have dies, you can use you can of course do that. Also, we have a whole bunch of different themes that I'll be doing. We're going to be doing some more file folder projects this year. If you are into file folders, check out my playlist, file folders, because I make a lot of folios. You know, we're going to do a shop your stash month coming up. I don't know when, but we're going to do it. And I'm bringing back the mystery swap game, so we're going to talk about that too at another time. But that's everything, guys. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Why not, right? Doesn't hurt. I mean, it might when I offend you, but you want to be here for it, right? Yeah, everybody wants to be here when you offend them. So you can have your moment. Go, I'm offended. What else? All right, let's see. All right, guys. Let's see. Pulling a card. Okay. All right. It's not political, but it is historical. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a line of garbly goo. There you go. I'm going to read this one for you. You decide whether it's true or it's an urban myth, okay? Various international reports put the mass murder of Chinese people during the Mao Tse-tung regime, 1949 to 1965, as high as 63 million. Let me read this again. Various international reports puts the mass murder of Chinese people during the Mao Tse-tung regime from 1949 to 1965 as high as 63 million. Is that true, or do you think that's an urban myth? Remember, guys, you're going to get the letter, so, guess. All right, so I'm going to read this one more time. Various international reports put the mass murder of Chinese people during the Mao Zedong regime from 1949 to 1965 to be as high as 63 million. Is that true, or is that an urban myth? All right, guys, I want to go ahead and get the gobbledygook in here. So if you would like to answer this one, you can put your answer in, but here's your, I'm going to refresh. I am sad to say that this is true. Political scientist R.J. Rummel has suggested the number could actually be as high as 73 million. So nobody got it. It was an H. That was a hard one. I'm sorry. I always just try to kind of look for a good letter, That was a hard one. Icky poo poo. I didn't like it. Okay. But, we're playing the game, so we have to ask all the questions, All right. So if you're new here, hit the button and subscribe. If you would like a copy of my schedule, you can get that by going over to the community tab here on the YouTube channel, or scoot on over to the Facebook group. There is a link down in the bottom there where it says more in the description box. Click on that. It is the link to cyber stalk me. All of my social medias are down there. And I know, right? So that you can, you can cyber stalk me. My email's down there, my Facebook group, my Ko-Fi, all of it. It's all down there. You can cyber stalk me with the best of them. So if you would like to do that, just go down and click on more in the description. Other than that, I have a few things to ask of you. Please stay warm, stay hydrated, and stay well. I love you guys, and I will see you soon, okay? Bye.